Keyshawn Davis missed weight. Everybody going crazy. Brian Norman missed weight. Everybody going crazy. I'm not going crazy because they barely missed weight. Brian Norman was a couple ounces overweight. I think Keyshawn was like a pound or a couple ounces, like very small margins that they missed weight. That could happen. That happens. Now, this is recurring for Keyshawn. That's the problem for him. Brian Norman is not recurring, but Brian has a lot of muscle on his build. Maybe it's time to go up. I'm going to tell you why a lot of these dudes missing weight. I've done videos on it before. I'm going to break it down to you. These dudes get money so early, and they get pushed and promoted so early. Keyshawn put in the work in the amateurs. I don't know about Brian Norman. Never really heard him. He just came on the scene. But I'm sure he got a nice little check in the Devin Haney fight. So guys get money early in their career before they've done anything. Now they jet setting. They eating at all these fancy restaurants. They're not as focused as they would be if they was broke. That's just what it is. So what Floyd Mayweather did really separated Floyd from most people on the planet. Floyd got that money and stayed hungry. That's damn near impossible because when you get money, you're full. Floyd got full and somehow found a way to make himself still hungry. Maybe he's greedy. Well, I don't know. But Marvin Hagler made weight his entire career. So there's no excuse for these guys missing weight. The only time where it's okay for somebody to miss weight, if they went professional as a teenager or they went pro as a very young man, like 19, 18, 20, and their body is still growing and developing. Because as you go from, the teens to 25 to 30 to 35, if you box that long, your body will change. Your metabolism will slow down. And some guys are still growing around those 18, 19 range, so they may get larger, right? And this is after them. If they've been boxing the amateurs their whole life, like a Richard Hitchens or a Shakur Stevenson, they've been making weight the whole time while they were younger. So now that their grown man body's starting to fill out, they're having way more weight on their body to fit their natural frame as opposed to when they were kids. 'Cause when they were kids, they were doing something that's really unnatural, cutting weight all those years and years. That's what keep them anorexic looking when they're young. And they have a super fast metabolism as a young kid. You get older, it changes up a little bit. So there's that. But Keyshawn in particular, this weight cut, it has to do with discipline. Same with Brian Norman. How did Marvin Hagler make weight his entire career? Training year-round, doing the miles. If you are a seasoned boxer and your body is already accustomed to sparring and running and training, as the fight gets closer, you should up your mileage. If you up your mileage, then you're going to be pushing your body harder and you're going to lose the weight. There's no way that you're running a certain amount of miles, preparing for a fight, and you can't make weight. You didn't do the miles. You did not do your running. The running is what maintains the body weight. Not the sparring, not the pads. You need to run. Now, I'm not alarmed by Keyshawn missing weight, and the reason why is this. Keyshawn Davis barely missed weight, number one. If he missed weight by like 5 or 10 pounds like De Los Santos, I would be alarmed. And speaking of that was low-key a duck, because that was a fight that was really going to test him. This fight is going to test him, but it's more so we're hoping that your boy, what's his name? Albright, Sugar Woo, Pretty Boy, whatever. We're hoping that the brothers show up at a brand new skill level because all in all, his natural talent ability is lower than Keyshawn's. But you can get better in boxing. He can be better now. Plus, he got the experience and he's already fought Keyshawn once. Albright looks better every fight. So we're hoping that he can come there with a game plan and shock the world and make it fun. But De Los Santos, you could argue that De Los Santos is just as good as Keyshawn. You could argue that he's better. You could argue that he hits harder. So that was a fight where Keyshawn didn't even try to make weight. He didn't even try. And it's like, did you duck De Los Santos? Were you afraid of him? We would never know. I'm not going to just throw that out there because I really don't know. I don't know what his counsel, Bo Mac, told him, or I don't know what his heart was telling him. I'm not in his mind. But right here, he barely missed weight. That means he actually tried to make weight. So it's not going to be that big of a deal for Albright. But it's still unprofessional. I heard somebody in the comments say he need to change his name it shouldn't be the businessman because he keep missing weight. That's true. Bud's name was a professional, and I don't remember Bud missing weight. And Bud had a larger frame than Keyshawn Davis. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I don't think it's... Matter of fact, the fact that Keyshawn is struggling, that may actually help Albright. The fact that he actually made the weight, but he struggled to make the weight, maybe his legs will be weak in the late rounds. So that's another reason why this fight is closer than a lot of people think. I got the fight 60-40. If you see any of my prediction videos, I did 3, then you understand why. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I think people are overreacting. This is not that big a deal. He barely missed the weight, and then he came back and made the weight. Same with Brian Norman. It ain't like they just pulled a Ryan Garcia or Keyshawn versus De Los Santos. They're like, yeah, I'm like 5-6 pounds overweight. It is what it is. Just charge me extra money. Like, they're not doing that. They're actually trying to make the weight, which is good. But they need to train year-round, and they need to do more miles. And they'll have no problem making the weight. But all of that stuff, training year-round and running the miles, is easier said than done. Take it from me. You sacrificing your whole life damn near, and you're gonna be a lot of pains, a lot of aches on your body when you push yourself that way. And you might not have as much longevity. You know, you might not be able to be out there in your late 30s because you push yourself so much in your 20s, but it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think.